cut a long story short, like, my granddaughter, it's like, this started on, let me tell you when it all started. This started on 4th of, I think it was 6th of October. This is when she was found with the 3 Muslim men. In November, same again, she stayed out. And anyway, I phoned the mobile, it was switched off. I sent a text message. I said, tell him to let you go now. I said, I know you're with him. It was half an hour later when she was chucked out of the car with a mark on her face because she'd been beaten by him, and she'd been taken to see this man who had a scarf around his head, but raped her. That's all he did, he just raped her. Wasn't bothered, just raped her. This man beat her when he threw her out of the car. Again, contacted the police, I wanted something doing. Again, nothing. Nothing. This is November. December, I'm out on a shoot. I'm beating with some of my friends. I get a phone call from my wife telling me that social services, who've done nothing for my granddaughter or my daughter, have taken in this big room down in Rotherham. I goes down, there's a police officer called Chang, a nice lad, a black police officer, a really nice lad. I can't say anything else about him. He was a nice lad. There was an inspector there who I confronted about being arrested and charged with drunk disorderly, and I wanted to know what they were playing at. They was taking her into protective custody. I wanted to know why she had to go into protective custody, why these men weren't being taken into custody. Same again, nothing, just not interested in any way, shape or form. Then I had to go into a room and listen to this big fat bloke from social services tell me a load of crap because I believed him, and then I find out he's the bloke who took a social worker off my granddaughter, and this is the bloke who I want to nail. I want him prosecuting. I want the Chief Constable of South Yorkshire prosecuting. I want them all prosecuting because it's disgusting what they've done. It's political, and I'm fed up to the back teeth. Anyway, they take my granddaughter into protective custody. I'm screaming for tests to be done on my granddaughter for AIDS and anything else. Nothing else. I didn't think of anything else. But then, the lady who she's been in protective custody, who was a really nice lady, took her to her own doctors. The police didn't do it. And a girl at 12 years old, at her age, should have been tested automatically. That's the law of England. She wasn't. This lady took her to her own doctors and had her tested, where we found out my granddaughter was pregnant. She was 6 weeks pregnant. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician to work it out. The date now is, I think it's the 11th, I think it's the 22nd of December. So if you work that out, that is weeks after these 3 men, who she was in house with, was released. It's weeks after that when this man took her and got her pregnant. I believe it was the man in the mask who wore the scarf that got her pregnant. Same again, we kicked off, tried to get something done. The police, my granddaughter had a miscarriage. The police came, and I trusted them. I trusted them with a fetus. They came to that hospital. They took the fetus. While they was there, the nurse in charge turned around and said, "There's enough evidence there for enough DNA on that. It wouldn't have lived. The little girl's body was rejecting it. And anyway, it wouldn't have lived. It had a weak heart." That's what the police took. I wish now we'd have took it for an independent, because whatever's gone off, the police are covering something up. And I honestly believe what they're covering up is a disgrace, because I think there's some certain councils in Rotherham who are related to the main man in all this, and I am disgusted with it. And all I'm getting is a brick wall all the time.
Well, I came and took your granddaughter's DNA, and I wrote a cheque out for £450, and the VMP have taken the fetus now, and we're having it independently checked. So hopefully we can get some evidence to who the father was of this child. But she's a child, and she's absolutely gorgeous looking child, and she's been traumatic. It's absolutely traumatic, not just for the child, but for a mum as well.
But in all this, I know it's disgusting what's happened to my granddaughter, but I must tell you, there's hundreds of little girls involved, not just mine.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of little girls involved all over the place. Since this has happened, I didn't just come to the BMP and think, oh, I'll start causing trouble. I went to 3 BNP meetings before I came to see you, and I watched everything that was going off, and I found out that they aren't the pigs that people keep saying. They're the only people who care about kids like my granddaughter and people like me, and it's disgusting how they keep making out that the BNP don't care. They're the only party that do care. Conservatives and the others only care when they want to care. I've tried them all, nobody's listened. And I want to thank the BNP who held me off for doing what they've done for us. And that's it. That's all I've got to say. But I hope the BNP are going to nail these pigs, because it's just disgusting. And when I say pigs, I don't mean the men involved, I mean the police. The police, the social services, these are the pigs in my eyes. These are the people who need prosecuting. The men, it should come, but these are the people I want, because they have let my granddaughter and hundreds of little girls down in Rotherham, and I thought Rotherham was going to start the ball rolling. And I would like to say that Rotherham advertiser, Howard Pouch is his name, is a coward, because he backed down when the police threatened to sue him. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you.
Well, I find it very, very difficult to believe that our own could stand by and watch this done to, as Nick Griffin calls them, the little roses of England, because the kids, and they're going to be traumatised for the rest of their lives. And I truly believe that if it had been white men or indigenous that had done this, they'd have been locked up years ago. But you're the little girl's mum. Has it affected her? Is she traumatised?
Yes, she has nightmares and she can't sleep. She wakes me up and gets in bed with me still. And at 13 she shouldn't be. And she don't go far, she don't play far away from the door now. She don't.
But she is, when I first saw her, I thought she's absolutely gorgeous. She really is a beautiful girl. It would be a shame if what's happened to her is going to damage the rest of her life. How is she going to feel about men when she comes 20s and wants to get married? And this is happening to hundreds of little girls. But you've had to move from your hometown, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to, but
You've
I
had
had no
to,
choice.
You've had to move your home, you've lost your job,
Yeah.
you've got financial problems because you've moved to a different house and your carpets don't fit, your curtains don't fit, you've had no financial help. I mean, you've been moved, but nobody's come to help you, have they?
No, since I've moved I've not had anybody.
Nobody
Nobody's
cares.
phoned me.
Nobody cares, Molly.
Well,
Nobody cares.
I do care. Since I heard about this, I've been very troubled, but it's very, very hard to stand up for what you believe in when everybody criticises you, but it is so wrong. It is so wrong. It might be right in the Far East, but it's not right in Britain, and we don't do this. And we've every right to stand up and protect our own. And I will go with you all the way. I'll walk all the way down this mile with you, because it's the only thing we can do it. As a political party, we stand up for our own.
I would like to point out that the man involved is a main heroin dealer in Rotherham. He's well known for it. He's also born in Rotherham, so there's no excuses that he's backward from a backward country. He's not. He knows the law of this land. He knows what he's done. He's a bad man. I know there's a lot involved, but the main man is a really bad man. And the police, I think they're frightened because of who he is. I honestly believe that his father is a councillor on Rotherham Council. He's either his father or his uncle, I don't know which. Rotherham Council know about the premises where it was all going off 2 years ago. I can't divulge who's telling me that, because a lot of police officers are talking, but they don't want to be mentioned. And they're frightened, they're just frightened to death to speak out. Social services, people in social services are scared to speak out. They're scared because of this government, what's been the cruelest government to its own people in history, have let us down bad. And all I can say is the sooner we get rid of Brown and all the rest of the cabbages, the great things might happen in this country, but you're not going to win by getting Cameron, because he's a coward, and the Lib Dems, they're cowards. You want a party in this country what's willing to stand up and say enough's enough, done, because you're just laying us down too bad. You're killing us off. Just disgusting.
I think for somebody to stand by and watch their own children suffer and not lifting a finger, I think these are traitors to our country. This little girl she's gorgeous, she's absolutely gorgeous, and it's such a crime what's been done to her. But you're so limited in what you can do. I'm hoping that this DNA test comes back, that there is a positive result in it, and we can match it to the DNA of one of these men, and then we can prove without a doubt who was the father of a child.
I honestly believe, Marlene, that DNA will have been tampered with. I honestly believe that, because we put our trust in police, and if I'd have known what I know now, that they would have